Hey everyone, this is GameX Agent. Today in this video I'm going to show you how I destroy a player whose rating is 100 points higher than me. This is one of my best game because in this game I sacrificed the rook, and believe me, this sacrifice was a classic himself, because if the opponent falls in the trap, he's not just gonna lose some extra materials but also gonna lose the whole game. And I also want you to learn this pattern because I saw a lot of games where players were in same situation but they played different moves rather than this, including me. Actually, I just learned this pattern maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I was playing offline with a person and he played this pattern against me. He was black, I was white, and after the match he taught me about this pattern. So let's talk about this later. First of all, let us focus on the game right now. Here I was playing a tournament, and in this game, this game is one of it. Here I was black and my opponent was white. So my opponent started the game with pawn e4. I played pawn e6, which is French defense. I generally like to play Queen's Gambit, but in this game I started with different theory. So he then played d4. My response was d5, which is French normal variation. He takes my pawn d5. I take it back at d5. Now we are in at French defense exchange variation. He played knight c3, attacking my d5 pawn. Then I played knight to f3. So he played pawn to h3. First of all, when I was playing the game, I didn't understand why he played that, but the very next moment after my response pawn to c5, he played knight f6. Then I understand why he played pawn h3, because he was defending his g4 square actually. So I played knight c6. He put his bishop at g5, attacking my knight. I pushed my pawn c4. He takes my knight. I take it back. I take his bishop with f6, and then he played bishop to e2. He was actually trying to castle, so I understand that. So I thought in the moment, why not try to stop his castle? So I played rook to g8. The idea is here, if he castle, then if he castle, then my bishop to h3 is so dangerous. It will it not just takes a pawn but also gonna disturb him in the future so much, and that's why he actually understand it, and he played rook to g1, defending his g2 pawn, and I played pawn to b5. Now this is it. Here I want you to pause the video and analyze the best moves from here. And before I continue, I want to tell you about a story, also about this pattern. It was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I was playing a chess player and his rating is more than 200 2400 in chess.com. It was an offline game and I was white, he was playing black. On that game, we are in the same situation. In that game, he played pawn to b5. I take it with knight to b5. Then I lost the game. Also, our rooks and the previous moves were same, so I was not able to castle. And after the game, he taught me about this pattern, that if the knight takes pawn b5, white have to face big problems in the future. And in this game, somehow I found myself in the same situation. He might thought that this is a free pawn, but this is not actually. After pawn to b5, he takes my pawn with knight, which is a big mistake, because as you can see, the engine also didn't like that thing, like that move. It was a very big mistake, because after knight takes b5, I played rook to b8, which is a great move, as you can see. because if right now there is actually, if you can see the evolution bar that black is winning right now, because if he tried to protect his knight with his pawn, the best move here is queen to a5, which is a check, so he can block the check or move his king. Moving his king is the best move, but after moving your king pawn to a6, right now he actually have to move his knight, and I can do the moves which I actually wanted to do. So after this, so he thought it was a free pawn, which is actually not. So he moves his knight to c3, and this is not a very good move, but it is a good move by the engine, but not the best move. The best move actually to protect your knight with a4 pawn, but still you're gonna lose the game because you already did that mistake by taking my b5 pawn with your knight. So rather than this, now focus on the game. Right now he move his knight to c3, and I go to queen to a5, attacking his knight and his pawn with my rook. So he understand that what I'm trying to do with my queen with my rook. So he thought, let me he have to protect his b pawn with his queen. So he played queen to c1, trying to protect his pawn in b2, and maybe he thinking that now he can push his queen to some square. So this is maybe a good move for him, but which is not a good move by the engine. Then I don't think he expect this. Rook to b2, sacrifice the. He have to take my rook because this is the best move. So he understand that he played the best move by taking my rook with queen to b2. Then I played bishop to a3, attacking the queen. He he tried to trade queens or trade my knight by going to b5, but which is not a very good move. It is a totally inaccuracy. Then I takes his knight, queen to c3, taking his knight and giving him a check. He blocks it by his knight. I take his rook, giving him check again. He have to block the check. He blocks it with the bishop. I protect my knight with my bishop to d7. Then he tried to bought some space by pushing his pawn to g4. Then queen takes d4. Then he played queen to a4, threatening my bishop. I played bishop to b4, threatening his knight, also a check. And in this position, then he resigns because he already understands that from this situation there are no way he can come back. His bishop is completely blocked by himself. His knight is also blocked. His queen is in the right corner of the board, and there is no moves available for his queen. His queen is completely blocked by my pieces, and the squares are there. There's no square his queen can move. And also, you know where he lost the game, when he takes my pawn at b5 with his knight. Let me show you that thing. He takes the pawn with at b5. Now when I played rook to b8, it threats the knight to go back at c3, or he has to protect his knight with something else. Like if he played pawn to a4, I will play queen to a5, giving him a check. Now right now he can go queen to f1, or like knight to c3, something like that. Let's say that he played the best move, then I'll play a pawn to a6, threatening his knight. Now he have to move his knight. it it may be c3, it may be a3, it doesn't matter. Whatever you place, it will open my rook square. It will completely open for my rook, and now I am winning. You can see the evolution bar, it was winning. And also, if you see his bishop is completely blocked by himself and also by my pawn at c4. And if you see, watch my bishop's diagonals are completely free, like this, which is a very good thing for me. I can easily move my bishop freely, and my rooks are also free in this position. Like, think of, because he is not an AI or something, some advanced chessboard, not even he is a grandmaster or super grandmaster. In this position, in this game also, he and me, all of us, we are normal chess players. He's a 1900, I'm 1800. He have human behaviors. He might thought that it was a free pawn, so he takes it. He didn't analyze a lot of things like that, how many squares I'm occurring if my rook get free in this area. I know about this pattern because a person who have 2400 rating in chess.com taught me about this, so I know this thing. That's why I'm able to understand and able to play these moves. Otherwise, I will just play like maybe on that disposition. Like I said before, people actually play other moves rather than this. I'll also gonna play other moves rather than pawn to b5. So okay then, see you in the next video. Till then, bye.